And we are live here for our second podcast ever. Center Force Championship, CFR Championship podcast about to get underway. Going to be joined this week by Tyler Cox from AC Motorsports, making his return back into the oval racing side of things after spending all of last year on the downside. Taking a break last year. Season 1 champion Tyler Cox going to be joining us. Next up after that, we got Jesse Gavey, also from AC Motorsports, making his series debut. Also going to talk a little bit about the sponsorship. Living Aquarium sponsoring this whole season. Going to be great to have them on board. So I'm going to bring in Tyler Cox right now and go ahead and get our interview with him. And here he is singing to himself. Tyler Cox, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, man. So let's jump right into this. You won season 1, and you came back season 3. You took all last season off. I think you raced a couple races last season, including at Homestead, which you had a pretty decent finish. Actually, you finished, well, pretty bad, let's be honest. You finished 18th, but you was actually in the top part of the, actually, you might not even finished 18th. Let me see where you actually did finish. I take that back. You didn't finish 18th. You finished 9th, but you was able to lead quite a few laps. Actually, did you even lead a lap? No, you did not lead a lap.
Nope.
You did not. You was actually up on the front row, but got taken out. Anyway, so you're coming back this season. You signed with my team, AC Motorsports. What is going to be your goal going into Daytona with a reamped AC Motorsports with Jesse Gavey, Scott McClendon, and hopefully Scott Corbin? What is going to be your goal going into Daytona and for the rest of the season?
Goal is always win as most races as possible. I'd like to win every race this season, if that's a possibility. But the main goal is the championship at the end of the season. I'd like to see a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish for AC Motorsports in the points.
Now, you went out and sponsored, and I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about this. You actually sponsored Daytona, AJM Racing 300. You want to talk a little bit about that and what exactly it is?
Yeah, AJM Racing is it's a go-karting team we have up here in Maine where we live. One of my buddies races is on it. He races the number 21 junior or senior sportsman go-kart. So decided to kind of in honor of that sponsor the first race, and we also run super late models up here as well through another racing name. Crazy Horse Racing. They built the super late model, but yeah, AJM Racing is just basically one of my buddies' racing's team, and that I help sometimes work on his go-kart and stuff, and yeah.
Well, you came back. You raced some last season. You actually had 7 starts last season and 2 poles. But you wasn't able to, go for the championship because you didn't start the season and all that stuff. You managed 2 top 5s out of 7 starts. What made you decide to come back and try to run full time this season?
I just kind of miss like the competitiveness. Was really looking for a car change. I'm pretty decent in the trucks, but after 2 seasons of the trucks, it was kind of getting old, or after the first season. And so I think this year with the move to Xfinity, which I like better, it suits me a lot better, and I think I have a better chance at well, I guess defending, or well, not defending, but getting another championship.
So, out of all the tracks, what track are you mostly look forward to, and which track are you mostly looking not running?
Uh, hmm. I'm really looking forward to the road courses like Sonoma and Canadian Tire. Let's see. Looking forward to not running. Probably restrictor plate tracks. Not the greatest restrictor plate racer. Usually get caught up in the wrecks, but hopefully not this year.
When I first brought you on, a lot of people really don't know when I wanted you on my team. One, you proved that you're a winner. I mean, you've done it. Season 1 champion, which was a really tight battle, but we had to cut the season short because just lack of participation. But now it's getting bigger. It's going to make it more interesting. But I brought you in mainly for that reason. I know what you could do on road courses and certain other tracks. I know how good you are. So a lot of people don't know. A lot of people was like, well, why did you bring him in? And honestly, you're the team leader of AC Motorsports. Everybody knows that because you've been here longer. So I gotta have somebody put in place that is going to help lead the team not only for a drivers championship but also an owners championship and try to take away Wolfpack, their championship from last year. So that's one of the reasons why I brought you in. I know that you get good finishes and will hopefully get the both championships would be nice, but you know how that can go. Okay,
Yep.
so your sponsor is Mobile One of Bass Pro Shops. As always, I think you're running a couple other special paint schemes right now for this season. But we also got a lot of other teams, coming in. Driven Motorsports is coming in. What team or what driver are you mainly focused on trying to beat week in and week out? Who are you worried the most about this season?
I'd have to say I think he's number 22 this year,
Two.
Joe Burchett.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. No,
Yeah,
he is
from
the number 97.
97
Yeah,
from Wolfpack Motorsports. Joe Burchett, real solid driver, real nice guy to race with. But he's a true competitor, and he knows his way around a racetrack. That's for sure.
so what do you think? Ramon's coming back. Ramon Clark's coming back. First time he's been back in a whole season as well. You and him had a really tough battle in season one. What's your thoughts on him coming back, especially driving for Wolfpack?
Um, it'll be interesting. We had some problems in season one, but that's past us now, and we're great friends. Everybody on this team's great friends, and I'm excited to have him back. It'll be interesting to see how quick he gets back to honing his skills because he
Yeah,
has
I
been
agree.
racing in
A long time,
probably
yeah.
5 6 months now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So it'll be interesting.
All right, man. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna move you back down and get Jesse up here in just a second. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully we'll be able to do this. You know, I think it'll bring more drama with these podcasts every week, top podcast. So good luck, and I'll talk to you here soon, man.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Tyler Cox. Next, I want to bring in Jesse Gavey. I want to talk a little bit to Jesse about, just certain things that is going on with the sponsorship. I want to talk about what his thoughts are on the season as well. He's kind of new. I think he only ran just a couple races. Like he only started two races last year, and that was late. And honestly, he didn't have the greatest finishes. He actually wrecked out, I think, of both races. But he's a very good driver, and he just got caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess you could say. So we'll go ahead and bring in Jesse right now and get his thoughts on some stuff. And Jesse, you got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, man.
Hey, man. First season coming in, CFR Championship, Season 3. This will actually be your third race, however. Um, but your first full season. What is going to be your expectations going into Season 3 here in just well, about 2 weeks now? What's going to be your thoughts and what's your expectations?
Um, yeah, I'm not really too sure, to be honest. We're moving into the B cars this season, so I'm pretty comfortable in those. They're a lot of fun to drive. I think it's more or less working with your teammates on the plate tracks and just trying to keep the car clean everywhere else. I think that's going to be the biggest thing.
Okay,
Just trying to.
so going with that, are you more worried about the plate tracks, or are you comfortable racing plate tracks, especially with teammates? Or what is your favorite track to race? What is your worst track to race?
I'm actually kind of looking forward to the plate tracks, especially with the teammates I have this year, along with AC Motorsports. I think we got a real good shot at both the plate tracks we head to this year. So it'll be fun. Track I'm most worried about, probably because I haven't really practiced at it a lot. Probably say Sonoma, and I have a feeling that that's probably what a lot of people in these interviews are going to say, is that Sonoma's definitely got a big star next to it for a lot of us drivers. So
Well, I mean, two races. You proved that you could run up front. We've seen it last season. You was actually up front, especially at Homestead. I can't remember where you finished. I think you didn't finish great because of the wrecks that happened towards the end of it. But we start off at Daytona and we go all the way. It's a long season. We finish up at Homestead. Do you think you got what it takes to try to win a championship?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of good drivers in this league, but I think I've got a real shot at it. I think, but as I said before, there's a lot of good drivers in here. So we'll see how it goes. I think I've got a decent shot at it, but
Okay,
it's
so
going to take some work, that's for sure.
So speaking on that, which driver are you mainly watching? We got a lot of new drivers coming in, and I know there's a lot of drivers we can't talk about because we haven't seen them run. But what driver are you mainly concerned with and watching to be your biggest competitor this year?
In terms of competitors, um, last year's winner, um, Mike Bruno,
Yeah.
he's definitely one to watch for sure. Um, Joe Brissett and Dawson Cook too. They're also very good. But as I said, we're moving into a new cars, and I'm not really sure what everybody can do in them. So I mean, it's going to be a learning curve for a lot of us. So
So I'm going
we'll
to
see
ask
how it
you.
goes.
I want to ask you. I haven't asked anybody else this. I just want to ask you. Tyler
Yeah.
Cox, Scott Corbin, Scott McClendon are on your team in AC Motorsports. If it comes down, do you move them for your win?
It all depends. At the plate tracks, I don't really think so.
hmm
Because again, we are a team, and we do have an owners championship as well. So we want to make Mr. AC look pretty good too.
That'd be nice.
So I don't think so. Not for the plate tracks, but if it comes down to it on any of the other ovals or road courses, there's a possibility depending on how the points are standing right now.
All right, so let's hop over to the sponsor side of things. You're running Living Aquarium, who's also came on board to be a sponsor for all of season 3. Now, there is a lot of people. I know you're from Canada, and I know the Living Aquarium of Cambridge is based out of Canada. Um, there is a lot of people that run in the league that's from Canada. Talk a little bit about what Living Aquarium is. I know a lot of people, they hear aquarium, they know what it is, kind of, but talk a little bit about it, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah, so basically we're a saltwater fish store based out of Cambridge, Ontario. We kind of specialize in reef tanks and maintaining them, as well as building them. So we have a full service maintenance team, as well as a full service storefront where we sell corals and fish, along with all types of hard goods. Um, yeah, so I mean it's a pretty good business. I've known the owners for quite a while, and they've been excellent in terms of trying to get their name out there different ways and stuff like that. So we're really looking forward to being on board this year, and I hope we can continue this relationship
So
for
here's
the
what's
next
kind of
couple of
funny.
years. At least.
So, okay, you're based in Canada. We run Canadian Tire, and the race name is called Living Aquarium 100. A lot of people's going to be running aquarium type paint schemes, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I think that's amazing, by the way. How do you think you're going to do at Canadian Tire? That would be a big race for you to win if you're able to win the Living Aquarium 100 in a Living Aquarium car.
Yeah. I mean, Canadian Tire is pretty much my home track. It's about an hour and a half away from me. So yeah, it'd be awesome to get a win there. I feel pretty comfortable in the trucks. I haven't really touched on it too much in the B car yet, but I will definitely be looking into that more as we get into the season. But yeah, it would definitely be pretty special to win the race there. That'd be
I
pretty
can
cool.
tell you right now that the setup that we're running for Living Aquarium or for the Living Aquarium 100 at Canadian Tire is freaking amazing. You're gonna love it. It's good. I gotta give Jonathan Hambrick a shout out with that one. So there's a bunch of rookies coming in, like we talked about a minute ago. You're considered a rookie because this is your first full season. Do you think you have a chance to win Rookie of the Year? There's 18 rookies actually coming in, is what I've counted. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean it's 18 people. That's a lot of
That's
people
a
to beat
lot
out,
of
especially for
people.
Rookie of the Year. But I'm pretty confident in my abilities around most of the tracks we got here. So I wouldn't count myself out. That's for sure.
I know that there's been a lot of people talking about you, and especially on other teams. I know Joe Burchett he's really impressed with you, which is a pretty good compliment, I think, especially coming from him. Um, and I didn't have your name up on the thing, but anyway, I know that he was talking a lot about you and said he was really impressed with you, and he was actually wondering what you can actually do in the B class car. So it's going to be interesting to see. But first race is December 11th at Daytona. Jesse, thanks for joining me, and hopefully we'll talk to you here soon. I want to try to do these podcasts every week. I know right now we're doing quite a bit because we're leading up to the season, but I think it brings a little bit more drama and stuff, where people could talk about what happened and stuff the race before. So thanks for joining me, man, and I will talk to you here soon.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
That was Jesse Gavey from AC Motorsports. Sorry I didn't have his name up on the thing, but like he said, Living Aquarium came on board, which is awesome. I might add. We've done a lot. We've had a lot of sponsors. The Lacey Group, I'm gonna give them a shout out for staying with us. They sponsored us last season. They're a really good group of people, so I can't say much. And so it's good to have good people come on board and support what you're doing. I mean, when I first made the league, we didn't have any sponsors in season one. We only had probably 10 racers in each race. Then I actually got down to 7, which is why we cut the season short. So I want to thank everybody for coming on board, and supporting this. I mean, it's definitely a lot of work that goes into it, and some other stuff like that. So one thing I do want to speak a little bit on is some of the rules that we actually got in place for this season, and a lot of people know that it's a little bit different than what we did last season. Most qualifying is open, then we broadcast our open qualifying. However, some races is going to be closed qualifying, where we won't see it this year on Center Force TV. But the road racing is going to be open qualifying, which will have like groups of cars go out at a time, so that's going to be cool to watch. Some other new rules that we made sure that everybody is aware of is that we're adding actually this season will be the drive-through pit boxes. You're allowed to only drive through 3 pit boxes to come to a stop in your pit box. If you go over more than that, it's actually an EOL, which is in the longest line, and that's where you will be for the next restart. It ain't no, one lap hold. It is an EOL. And we'll be watching that very closely because we see people all the time in like official races and stuff like that drive through 10 boxes, and to me that's a little bit ridiculous. So also, some more rules. If you're running a qualifying lap, there's no EOLs allowed. A lot of people like qualifying and then ask for EOL. We're not doing that. People that don't know, Jonathan Hamburg hopefully is going to be able to race this season with us. But if not, he'll have to try to find a replacement. But also, Hal Stevens will be up in the booth with me this season and will be the race control, as well as adding a couple other on-track race controls. Joe Burchett's back at race control. We've added Michael Redding. Is it Michael Redding? No, I'm sorry. Mike Bruno is race control. And so it's really good, have good people that you could trust to be able to do that. Because when I'm broadcasting, it's hard to do a lot of that stuff. And I mean, because there are so many buttons that I have to watch and control, as well as talking about the race and everything that's going on, that I can't really manage to watch everybody things that's happening, especially bring it up on my overlay where I gotta, right click the person's name and it'll be up on the screen, black flag and all that, and I can't do that because we're trying to make it professional. So that's why I run the league. However, there's a lot of behind the scenes people that help run the league. I mean, I do a lot of this stuff and I get the final say so on a lot of stuff, but without, people like Joe, John, Mike Bruno, all the owners now, that is in the owners meet, in the owners Facebook, that we help decide rules, I couldn't do it without them. So once again, I thank everybody for doing that. And once again, guys, I thank everybody for watching. We will be back here hopefully tomorrow with Mike Bruno, the champion of season 2, and talk to him and see what he's got to say about everything. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.